One.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the North Production server. And as you can see, 5 months after, I have a better profile picture. Woo!
Yeah.
We're gonna watch the long-awaited Ant-Man
Return
versus
of Death Battle.
Okay. Anyway, today we're gonna watch the Insect Man versus Small Pee Man.
Bigger than yours, I bet.
We have Albus Fungus, aka Albus. We have
Hello, everyone.
Kai Hello Darkness, that edgy ass name, and
Hello.
we have Miguel with the exact same profile picture 5 months ago, and
Hell yeah!
guy with lame ass anime girl profile picture.
True.
Who unfortunately was killed by the imposter before we could record.
Who's the mom god?
I don't know. I don't know. He's kind of just.
Lima.
He's probably just gonna be here, and he's just gonna be here the entire reaction. His dead
He
body.
was slain by the imposter. He was slain by a man, not among us.
But the man was us.
Indeed. I do not speak fancy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's
Ready,
start.
boys. Let's go.
The battle.
The battle.
Oh, right, my mouse. Wait, hold on.
I'm so excited. Let's go.
Ant-Man, Marvel's founding member of the Avengers. The Atom,
What?
DC's legendary mighty mite. Good things come in small packages. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. We're just trying to get these out of the way. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh boy, animation looks clean, and I'm
Did you
excited.
know that ants can lift 50 times their own body weight? That'd be like if you lifted a car straight over your head.
Hey, who joined?
Oh, Joho.
Also, pizza was invented in Canada yesterday. Well, I bet your calendar didn't tell you that Dr. Henry Pym, aka Hank, was considered a genius at a very early age. By 3 years old, the doctors declared that he was smarter than both his parents combined. He eventually majored in biochemistry and became one of the most successful scientists in his field. He had big ideas about shrinking the size of cargo to reduce shipping costs. Logistics. All of which made him a
Scientist
laughing stock in
supreme,
the
I
scientific
just
community
noticed.
and sparked a long-lasting insecurity and need to prove himself. But he did it! He developed a working serum! He went from laughing stock to Christmas stocking! The much better stock, right behind Bean and Live. So, naturally, he tested the serum
Look
on
at this
himself,
editing
like
so
any
far.
self-respecting scientist would,
I was so
and
worried
shrank
when
down
they
to the
interrupted.
size of an ant.
Editing is
Just when
awesome,
things started
actually.
going south, a
Yeah, I
sweet
was
little
worried when
ant,
the old
let's call her
editors
Aunt
left, but
Hathaway,
so far it
swooped
still
in and
looks
led Hank
really
safely
good.
back to his lab where he could return to full size. Hank then harnessed the serum and became the superhero Ant-Man. Along with his new identity came a
Ant-Man.
fascination in entomology, which makes total sense. Ants are fascinating. Did you know that ants can
That's
talk to
right.
each other in a bunch of different ways? Through touch, sound, or even sharing information by barfing at
Oh
each
my
other. It's actually
God.
called trophallaxis, and they're not barfing per se. It's more like passing food mouth to mouth. Gross! Hank figured out how to communicate with his new
Gross
pet.
indeed.
Not by barfing, but by creating a cybernetic helmet that mirrors an ant's antenna. And he's even developed genuine relationships with some ants, like Ulysses' ant here. But he didn't stop there.
Okay,
Hank developed a lot of amazing...
Those ants. He would only have friendships with them for only 2 months before they die.
Oh!
The pain is real. The pain is real.
Speaking of pain, you realize that.
Hey, buddy.
Wait, Joho, what are you trying to say? I didn't catch that.
Nah, I was sorry about that. I said
Continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tag like a stinger pistol that focuses his bioenergy into a stun beam, and image-inducing camouflage to mask himself as an ant.
Wow.
It works so well
Okay.
it fooled
Editing
Reed Richards, the
looks
smartest guy
pretty
on the
much
planet.
the
He
same,
also built
but
a suit that
kind
runs
of a
on
bit
that
better.
nifty serum he made back in his lab. It lets him shrink thanks to the newly discovered PIM particles.
Hold on.
Named after himself. Classic Hank.
And the PIM particle is the key to unlocking the fundamental constants of the quantum mechanics at play here. They enable you to decrease the distance between atoms. However, in order to do that, he'd have to change the Bohr radius, the ratio of electron mass to the distance the electrons orbit an atom's nucleus.
Of course. Like how when you make a bagel pizza, you can't fit the whole pizza on the bagel. Believe me, I've tried. It's too small. You just gotta put less on.
Sure, Boomstick. So the PIM particles are actually displacing mass to an alternate dimension in order to maintain that ratio.
Oh, it's like having a second bagel to put the rest of your pizza on. I get it.
But if that
Casually
were
just
true,
grew up
he shouldn't be able to
pizza
punch with
into his
full-size
normal
strength
size.
if he has less mass.
And he's definitely lighter, because otherwise he'd crush the sweet antsy rides like Vincent Van Gogh here.
His mass is being replaced with massless neutrinos, but that doesn't adequately explain how he can have less mass and seemingly more mass at the same time.
Sure it does, Wiz. Trust Pim and his particles. Look at the guy. He's explaining the whole thing while wearing a lab coat. What's more trustworthy than that? You're the exception.
You think you understand this?
Oh, of course. He's small but strong. You said something about a boar, so I guess you wanted ham on that pizza, but I already made the pizza.
Will you take that coat off?
No.
Regardless, there is virtually no limit to Hank's ability to shrink. He can go beyond subatomic down to the underspace, a plane of existence
back.
below all realities in the Marvel universe.
And Hank has literally changed his biology, rewritten his own chemical makeup to...
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Calm down a bit.
Wait, what?
She said nice.
What?
What?
Hey,
Nice.
yo.
And
Nice.
Hank has literally changed his
Yeah,
biology.
but-
He's rewritten his own chemical makeup to
Don't
prevent
worry.
anyone else from
Happens to
changing
the
his
best of
size.
us.
And he's used PIM particles
like the
so
one time I
much,
got
he's
caught
now got an
with
energy field around him that lets
Indeed.
him change the size
hold
of
on.
people or objects on the fly, or touch her by straight up firing PIM particles in the air.
He's never shy about using them either. He eventually supplied his wife, Janet Van Dyne, with some PIM tech to become the Wasp, his partner in crime fighting.
The two ended up rubbing shoulders with A-listers like Thor, Iron Man, and the Hulk to take down Loki. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Why does Iron Man look like that? What the fuck?
Did you forget his old suit?
Look
His
at
old
that,
suit.
you know, that was like his old look, like
It looks like a JoJo stand.
19 somethings.
Yeah, I mean,
He looks like-
yeah, Moondragon is right. He kind of does look like a stand in a different way. Maybe a little more
You know,
touches than you got to wonder.
You know, I understand. Now I see the reason why, like, Iron Man wasn't like the most famous back then, because man, he sucks. Look, he looks so lame.
I don't know, man. He still looks kind of okay to me.
Look, no offense
No,
to the
he
people
just
who
looks like a
are, but man, does he look goofy.
He straight up looks like the people who would just
At least it's more respectable, the MCU version. Like,
Yeah.
he straight up looks like the people who would literally put gold over everything, and that's like not even a good thing to say.
golden toilet.
Do not mention that. That's a
Do
waste.
not mention that shit.
Us were actually the ones that captured him and pitched the idea of forming the Avengers.
Unfortunately, Hank's insecurities started to creep back in, and he felt that if he wanted to keep up with the big heroes, he was going to have to think bigger.
Enter a bunch of those PIM-powered alter egos like Yellow Jacket and Giant Man, where he can grow anywhere from 12 feet tall to so big he can enter the overspace, the polar opposite of the underspace.
There he met Eternity, who called him Earth Scientist Supreme. Some
Underspace is like the part where you grow so small you just enter to another dimension, and the overspace is like
The opposite.
So like the quantum realms.
Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of.
My goodness.
he won't let you forget.
Hank pushed himself to these
Well, what were you trying to say? I didn't catch that.
Before I thought like anime was crazy, but the freaking comics are like a whole other level.
Of course they are. American writers are like different.
Of course they are. Nice voice crack, dumbass.
I had a voice crack. I didn't even realize.
I think that's like top 10 Elvis. That to be like the top 10 most epic Kaiser voice cracks.
I don't even remember having a voice crack.
I didn't even notice. I don't even notice him having a voice crack. I do.
Maybe we'll need the editing or the video later to point that out.
Yeah.
Insane heights, even though he knew the strain on his body could be fatal.
But he simply didn't care and kept pushing himself. Thus, his greatest and worst creation was born. Ultron.
Yep,
Oh, no.
the Tin Man Tron was created by Hank, not Tony like the movies. But the mass murder bot thing turned out pretty much the same. Big swing and a miss there.
The fallout from Ultron left Hank in a bad place, to say the least. His guilt made him feel like an utter failure, and that his best work was behind him. This led Hank to do unspeakable things.
A real low-life move.
Oh, hell
And even
no.
though poor mental health doesn't excuse this behavior, it was clear that Hank needed help. He suffered multiple mental breakdowns, endured the physical toll of the PIM particles, and had bipolar disorder that went undiagnosed for years.
So Hank finally did the best thing he could. He acknowledged his problems, got the help he needed, and committed to self-improvement.
God freaking damn!
And with that help, Hank slowly started making things right.
Guys,
He
welcome to
rebuilt the
Kaiser
West Coast
Arena.
Avengers, gave
I
Scott
still
Lang his
haven't played
blessing
it.
to become the second Ant-Man,
Me who has
and
played it
finally
forgot
defeated
about it.
Ultron.
He created a backdoor
Maybe I
Trojan
will.
infiltration code to defeat Ultron that was so
Oh, I'm out.
advanced, it went on to replicate and evolve all on its own to create a new
Good
species
point.
made up of artificial intelligence.
They don't call him the god of modern AI for nothing. Hank has showed over and over again that he's an integral part of the Marvel Universe.
Not just by ways of his scientific contributions or victories in battle, but by proving that heroes come in all shapes and sizes.
You know.
This episode is
before we go on to. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm honestly glad that we don't live. That we don't have like. We don't live in the Marvel universe. Goodness sake.
Yeah.
We are gonna die if we're gonna live on the Marvel comics.
We
We're
are
gonna die.
die.
Or any superhero world for that matter. We finna be just meat. Finna be dead.
Yeah, we did, Nate.
Alright, it's time for Adam's analysis.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would probably be very
Ray
similar to,
Palmer was
you know,
born your average human-sized person. He grew up
Ooh,
in the
look at the
Northeast, studied physics at Ivy University, and did everything Mama and Papa Palmer told him to do. Probably.
Everything was pretty typical for Ray until one fateful night when he took a walk to take his mind off a frustrating experiment and saw a
reminds me of
meteor
something.
fall from the sky.
He ran off to the crash and found himself a life-changing piece of...
Because I'm always gone.
Okay. So, okay, immediately, I'm noticing something.
What?
This man, this is the part where he gets his superhero origin story, and he's like a young guy, and Hank was a freaking 3-year-old when he was typing on a computer. That the IQ, I can already tell this IQ difference is going to be massive.
Scientist supreme.
Oh wait, hold on. Look at this walk. Look at him walking.
Fateful night when he took a walk.
Oh my god.
I mean, the editing's still
Wait, no,
good.
no. Go to the back to the walking. Hold on.
The editing is good.
The guy doing Mr. Crab
Northeast,
sound
studied
effect.
physics at...
Fateful night when he took a walk to take his mind off.
Why have we turned into this act? Why have
So stupid.
Joho, why have
That
we
walk
turned this
is so dumb.
Joho, why have we turned this into putting the 4Gs on the Jeep?
Oh, the walking is so dumb. Like I know I cannot. I mean I know that I cannot do anything better than that. There's not much you can do when you're animating a
Yeah,
comic character.
I mean, to be fair, when you're trying to move a still image without any sort of frames or animation, you just literally just rip it from the comic book. Then, I mean, to be fair, there's not really much you can do with that.
Yeah.
True, but
Unless you want
I mean that is true.
by like taken the time to draw an animation, but I don't think they would take the time for that, considering they already just releasing all of these episodes and stuff.
They already do the
know.
editing. Good enough.
I know, but like it just still looks wacky as hell.
Yeah, that's something you cannot do anything about. It looks silly.
Yeah.
I understand, but at the same time, it's just so wacky. But anyways,
So a white
let's
dwarf
continue.
star, and immediately started messing around with it. Who wouldn't?
He discovered that he could focus ultraviolet rays through it and shrink inanimate objects. There was just one problem. When he shrunk things, they exploded. Every time.
I do not see the problem. Sounds like he found a foolproof way of blowing stuff up. Case closed.
Ray was determined to figure out how to shrink objects without blowing them up. But first, he went on a hike with his nature club. And as a fellow scientist, I have to question his priorities.
But hey, it seems to work for him. I support it. Different hikes for different mics, am I right?
While in a cave, the ceiling suddenly collapsed, trapping everyone inside. After searching high and low for another exit, Ray found a small opening and had an idea. He could try to shrink himself down and get help, even if it meant he might explode before he got the chance.
A second. Wait, pause. You're telling me, okay, hold on a second. You're telling me that your experiment, that every single experiment you've done up until this point, we got trapped in a cave, the small object exploded into smithereens. And you're saying, oh, I'm a scientist. I got the brilliant idea. I'm going to shrink myself. Like, every single experiment up to this point has resulted in an explosion. Do you want to die that like,
And that's how Adam died.
The only thing I see is he's like, oh, plot armor.
That is one thing. That is one thing.
But he didn't explode. I hope this story has a happy ending at least.
Well, would you look at that? He didn't explode. Happy ending.
Perplexed, Ray determined there must have been something special about him that made him uniquely immune to the explosive fate. Something super scientifically convenient that we never get any more information on.
So he...
Wait, I have to perfectly caption that. It's you clearly don't own an amplifier.
Sorry, is that important?
Oh, it's a Discord mod.
We never get any more information on.
So he got to work and created himself a suit to harness the power of the White Dwarf Star and became the Atom!
Adam uses the White Dwarf fragment to decrease his size while having control over his density, which makes a lot of sense considering that white dwarfs have the mass of a star, like the sun, but their volume is more like the Earth's, making them among the densest objects in space.
Just a
I thought the
teaspoon
most
of the
dense
stuff
thing
could
is
weigh
me.
up to
No, wait, they said
100
in space,
tons.
never mind.
That's one strong spoon!
When Adam shrinks and shifts his weight, he's actually sending his extra mass to a dimension called the mass zone.
Where, Adam could maybe live forever. At one point, Ray's apprentice, Ryan Choi, was murdered by Deathstroke, but willed some of his mass to the mass zone and was able to survive in that dimension. So these guys can potentially see death, but would be stuck there without any outside help.
But from one scientist to another, what's most impressive is Ray's creation of the Bio Belt. That's what allows Adam to use the power of the White Dwarf and shrink while maintaining any weight, from immaterial to his full 180 pounds. There's even been times where it's stated that he was able to become almost as dense as a white dwarf star itself for a few seconds.
The belt is also how he can travel through phone lines or through the air, on currents or light beams. Over time, Ray has spread out the white dwarf power to other parts of his suit, and now the bio belt acts as a utility belt for his shrunken weapons and tech. It also prevents his size or mass from being altered by any outside forces.
And while he can only increase his size back to his natural 6 feet in height, his ability to shrink is near limitless. He can travel between subatomic space to the microverse, the foundation of all reality in the DC universe, where atoms become the size of planets.
Typically, he can increase back to his normal size with such force he can smash through diamonds. So if Adam increases his size too much while still within the microverse, he could blow up the entire fabric of reality from the inside out.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my goodness.
You got me.
There's the Herald scaling.
Oh my god.
Here we go again. DC bullshit at its finest.
So, is this like outerversal or something?
No, I don't. I mean, they said destroying the universe, but the DC universe, according to Death Battle's logic, is like billion times larger than our own. So
Oh, never mind.
maybe multiverse, maybe low multiverse. No, it's not low multiverse. You need to be infinite in size. So high universal, maybe around there. So I think this one specifically, yeah, it's definitely around the universal range at the very least. That shit's impressive.
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow. Just by growing bigger. Oh my goodness.
Well, growing big in a small dimension. They said that if he grows too big in a small dimension, it could destroy fabrics of reality. Like, what the heck?
Well, welcome to logic. Of the comics doesn't exist. But
shrinking down to that size means that he can shrink small enough to rearrange atoms themselves.
Yep, Ray can take individual.
Aha! He can range atoms because he's the atom. Ha ha ha! Funny, Death Battle. Ha ha! That's not funny.
Molecules and rapidly expand them to cook up a small nuclear blast in the palm of his hand. Oh, Ray Palmer. Yep, Ray can take individual molecules and rapidly expand them to cook up a small nuclear blast in the palm of his hand. Ray Palmer.
So this man could literally do what Cosmic Garl did, but without punching.
That's cool.
The Atom can solo Cosmic.
That's foolish shit.
I think, like, low-key, I feel like Shao can technically solo.
This is the funniest shit ever.
That's so funny.
Guys, I just want to let you know, I think Monkey can solo.
It has to be.
I mean, to be fair, Monkey is beyond every single cosmology and verse. The monkey sweep is real. We just need a banana to boost ourselves.
I'm actually animal nerd. Gorillas and monkeys doesn't actually eat bananas. They actually eat random objects, whatever the fuck the name is, to actually defeat themselves.
What are you saying? They're gonna eat a stone?
Actually, some monkeys do eat bananas. I do agree with the gorillas, though. Gorillas barely care for bananas at all.
I mean, like, you literally just saw a video clip of an orangutan
So you technically, you're telling that gorillas are stoners.
Gorillas being stoners is one of the weirdest things I've heard today. But
Just got that.
He also
Well, to be fair, Sun Wukong came from a stone, so no wonder.
Exactly. I
once disarmed a bomb by rearranging its atoms. At that size, he can move at the velocity of light. So fast and so randomly, he basically acted as a barrier between any and all possible atom combinations. But come on, there's no scientific explanation here for him to have superhuman senses or awareness to comprehend being everywhere at the same time.
Pause here. Dude, we're talking about Marvel Comics and DC Comics. At this point, logic is out of the room.
True.
It makes total sense. If you're small enough, you can fit in almost everything, everywhere, all at once. Like how you can fit an entire pizza into a calzone, and then you have a whole pizza everywhere inside the calzone. Man, I get it. Science is pizza!
No! Science is all I have! Why are you doing this to me?
On top of all of Ray's amazing inventions and abilities, he's also got some more classic weapons, like a laser blaster and a frickin' sword he used to fight a giant crocodile, relative to his size.
That was when Ray was believed to be dead, but was actually just stuck at 6 inches tall and stranded in the Amazon rainforest, where he encountered an alien race known as the Catarthans.
And get this, he ended up leading a rebellion against their tyrant king, and became the ruler of all the Kardashians.
And his heroism didn't stop there. The Atom was a very well-respected hero, and was even asked to join the Justice League of America shortly after it was formed.
He fought alongside Batman and his best bud, Hawkman. And you don't fight with those guys without picking up a thing or two.
Impressive combat skills aside, Atom's greatest contribution to the legendary team was always his incredible mind.
He once created kryptonite inside of Superman by realizing that if he gathered up enough Kryptonian protons, they would eventually become radioactive.
While stranded in limbo, Atom realized that if the Flash sped up the rate of a nuclear reaction's stellar evolution to exhaust its core, they could turn a fire demon into a black hole and use it as a wormhole to get back to Earth.
He's a brilliant, hard-working, and determined scientist that never stops working on a problem until he's found a solution. I mean, if I figured out how to blow stuff up as well as he did, I would have stopped right there. I'm the hero that blows stuff up. Wouldn't even need to change my name.
Ray Palmer lived the dream, going from research scientist to legendary superhero. He picked up the pieces presented to him and built something greater than the sum of its parts.
Who knew this tiny titan with massive brains would have just as much brawn to back it up?
Okay.
All right, the
What?
combatants are
No. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, we'll find a perfect screen.
Okay,
We gotta find a perfect screen.
Zach, I don't like that.
It's time for a
Okay, that was perfect.
Okay, yeah, this is
there.
good enough.
Alright,
this one.
it's time for the voting!
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, first, Alvin.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Well, since I don't really know these two characters too well, I mean, except for Ant-Man, I know him a little bit more than Adam. I really don't care who wins. I mean, as long as if it's a good fight, then I'm genuinely okay with this episode. So I'm rooting and betting on no one.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm betting on nobody, but I hope the fight is baller.
But okay, so Moon is also. I didn't call your name. Look, okay, guys, remember. Whenever I call your name, you're the one who says it first. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little bit stupid.
Don't worry. You're this probably.
It's alright, people. It's been 5 months. We're warming up to it.
Yeah.
And not to mention, Moon, you rarely join our reactions, so it's understandable why you don't understand.
It's also because
Don't worry.
time zones.
Yes.
Time is a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Because y'all are in a different time zone. Because I'm EST. That's why.
You're like US, right? You're like US.
Yeah, I got it. I understand.
Yeah. We're on like the Eastern thing.
We're the
Me,
Southeast. We're Asian times.
Yeah, Asian.
Can we just do both?
Oh yeah, and Thai too. I forgot. Okay. So Moon and Alvin don't care, so that doesn't really give any votes to either of the characters.
Then,
So how about you, Kai?
I don't know who to vote anyway, and I vote for neither because I really don't know who to,
Oh my
who to
goodness.
vote. Yeah, I really don't know who. Jesus.
These characters are such nobodies that nobody even cares to vote.
Yeah, I don't even know who. I don't know who to vote. Jesus Christ.
Gosh dang it, man. Okay, Lima. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Miguel.
Thank you. Thank you for your opinion.
I think I'm gonna be rooting for Ant-Man because I think I know the Marvel Cinematic Universe than DC.
Okay,
Fair enough.
finally we have a vote. Jeez.
Yay.
Okay, should we really just like you have to choose? You really just have to choose. There's no neither of them. You just
No, we just say no. Just say no.
Okay. Isaiah.
Okay, so for my case, it's almost similar to Kai, Moondragon, and Alvin. But I think personally, since I know Ant-Man a bit more than the Atom, unfortunately, I didn't check out the DCAU. I do plan to at some point, but for now, just by a very tiny margin, befitting of this matchup, I think I'll go with Ant-Man.
Okay, so also the DCAU is an absolute travesty.
No, like the Justice League animated series. I heard it's really good.
The DC. Right. The animated one. Okay, the animated universe, right?
Okay, Kako, what about you then?
Okay. Okay, yeah. So mine is probably going to have the most thought put into it compared to your other responses.
I mean,
so,
Kako, you mean as in like big brain?
Okay. Personally, Adam's craziest feat that has been mentioned in this video so far is destroying the fabric of reality by growing very, very big, very, very fast. Honestly, I feel like Ant-Man's gonna win because, like, I feel like he's gonna win because, geez, what is an audio? I feel like he's gonna win because, like, literally, when Adam got his powers, he was just a kid or a young guy. When Ant-Man, he was like 3 years old and he was typing on a goddamn super advanced computer. Like, the difference of IQ is like really, really noticeable here, and I'm kind of a bit of a smooth brain, so I. So like and also I don't know why I feel like I don't know I feel more impressed with Ant-Man than I am with Adam. So
both are still impressive regardless.
Yeah.
So okay, so let me round it off. Four of us don't care. Okay, so Miguel is Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, I think he
he's Ant-Man.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Ant-Man.
Ants. Freaking ants.
So we only got like what?
It's the Ant-Man sweep.
3.
Alright,
Okay.
are you ready, boys?
Yes.
Hell yeah! Let's see how this goes.
Oh, sprites.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should pick on someone your own size, relatively speaking.
How did you do this? It's laced with a particle I've never seen before.
They're called Pym particles, and I'm Hank Pym, Scientist Supreme. You should have knocked.
You didn't knock on my door, so you have to die.
Balls of steel.
You're using pieces of a white dwarf star? That's cute.
Everything we needed already existed. You just needed to be smart enough to put the pieces together. Scientist Supreme?
Oh my god.
What?
Did you
know
fail to
that
step
at
with
any given
loser?
moment, there are about 2.5 million ants under your feet?
I mean, that makes sense, but why are you bringing that up right now?
You're the end.
Oh my god.
Ants.
You guys got all these cool powers and you just have to
Took you long.
Stomp the ever-living crap out of them.
Okay, let's try this.
Oh, the micro first.
I'll hack his belt. You lay low and let me know what you find.
Yeah, squeak.
Nice try.
So far the fight is the fight is really okay.
By searching every electron path in his gun,
hey,
studying
it's a
the
reference.
probability
I
wave
wanted to think
functions,
about it.
I just might be able to!
Whoa.
Dude, he's doing the one push that thing. The girl.
The microverse.
Guys,
The microverse.
guys, he's doing the thing.
Oh no, he's gonna destroy the fabric of reality.
Oh, basically, giant. Technically, it's actually tiny.
What's happening?
Wait, is that a JoJo
He must be
reference?
reaching his limit. If we don't get out of here quick, he's gonna destroy all of reality. Now, my pets!
Oh my god.
You have your
Oh,
tricks
shit.
and your tools, but I created
Excuse me,
something
I'll be
beyond
over
the
here,
limits of human
taking
existence.
background.
I operate on a scale you can't even comprehend.
He got sent to Ohio.
Over
Bro,
space.
that meme is already dead.
Eternity.
Oh no.
You can't be afraid.
No, he went to
think
Florida,
big.
that's what happened.
My goodness.
Whoa.
And legit ass kill. That is a legit ass kill.
Bro, just summon an ant on him and just straight up.
Bro, that was some reverse voice.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Oh my god. That
They
was
legit-
something.
Ant-Man literally legit just pull ants out of his ass and put another one's ass.
God, I was
Wow.
not expecting that.
That really, it's just the end.
Wait, imagine if he
That-
died. Remember that meme in like 2018 or something where like Marvel fans were like, "Oh, Ant-Man could shrink and go up Thanos'." Imagine if he died like that.
Dude, that shit is funny.
That- Bro, that was actually amazing.
I was not expecting that.
That
Holy
was
shit.
pretty brutal.
None of us were expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was,
Kinda not surprised at the same time, considering there was a meme about that in 2018.
I mean, it is an ass kill, but not the way I'm expecting.
Pretty
Wait,
much.
you expecting him to go up his ass to kill him like that?
That's something I'm not expecting.
Ant-Man and Atom
Man,
both had
instead
many
of going
answers
to
to each other's
Oklahoma,
abilities and arsenals.
Florida.
Both were able to store various weapons at a shrunken state. Both were
I think he turned into monkey.
no.
Smarter. Ant-Man is smarter.
Enough with the monkey.
Ant-Man is smarter. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Stronger and more durable. Power comes from his body naturally. Much larger arsenal. Can arguably shrink smaller at worst statements. Similar in speed.
Yeah,
Oh, they're similar.
They're
Stalemate.
similar speed, but except for Adam, he can't buy a belt.
I think this is like an either a plus for Ant-Man or like a stalemate. I think Atom can control the density of his size, can affect the probability of some Hank's weapons, cannot grow larger than his natural height. Biobelt is what is this word?
Susceptible.
Susceptible to hacking. Less examples of shrinking.
That means it can be hacked
Wait,
easily.
let me read. Biobelt is susceptible.
Susceptible.
Wait, susceptible.
Yeah.
Susceptible. Less examples of shrinking to sizes Hank has attained, similar in speed. Okay.
trained in
So they
judo, and they
both,
both could
the same
obviously
thing.
keep up with each other's ability to shrink at will.
Though there was one small thing Adam couldn't
Hank
answer
really
to.
doesn't have any
The
minuses
ants.
on this one.
Hank's bond with his pets led
Yeah.
him some small advantages, and Ray just didn't have enough anti-ant tools in his bio build.
But in Adam's defense, the fact that he could punch with a fist packed with all of his mass meant that a close-up fight, while small, would leave Hank with few options since he can only punch with his normal human strength.
Even still, all Ant-Man would need to do is keep his dissed ants with the help of his insect confidence and devise another plan of ant attack. Something Hank has no shortage of.
For instance, Ant-Man could alter Atom's size thanks to the Pym particle field he generates. Hank would just need to stall long enough to remove or disable Atom's biobelt, and he's had no trouble hacking enemy tech in the past.
But even with the biobelt busted, it wouldn't stop Atom's ability to shrink, since the white dwarf power is contained throughout his suit. Destroying the belt only meant that Ant-Man could alter Atom's size.
Whereas Hank has literally rewritten his own biology to prevent outside size alteration. And while Atom's abilities are definitely impressive, they are limited, and Ant-Man simply aren't, at least by comparison. Hank could always match Ray's size or just take the fight to the overspace where he would have the edge, both physically and mentally.
The overspace can mess with the human mind, but we've seen that Hank can handle it.
But if the Scientist Supreme is really so smart, why didn't he just immediately go up Atom's butt and blow him up from the inside?
What's wrong with you, Wiz? Aren't you a fellow man of science?
This is the meanest thing you've ever done to me.
Adam sized up Ant-Man, but in the end, he was the one who had to say, Uncle.
The winner is Ant-Man.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Pretty decent start. Pretty decent start.
Yeah,
Pretty decent.
yeah.
And
A
then,
very
The
enjoyable
ending was
episode.
literally ass. Literally.
Well, then again, that's
This
probably
is-
because of us.
Yeah. Who asked?
This is instantly better than Harley versus Jinx.
I actually disagree. I personally would disagree with that. I would disagree with that personally.
Why?
Okay, okay, so currently, at least from what I've seen so far, at least from this first viewing of the episode, I think Harley and Jinx covered the stats a little better, and I think the constant back and forth between them, plus the humor, was a lot better in the fight itself. I think personally for me...
Okay. I feel like that's a bit unfair, maybe, but like, you're talking about those two characters compared to like Adam and Ant-Man. Adam and Ant-Man are a more serious personality than those two. Those two are literally just comedy. Like
comedy and a little bit of crazy.
yes.
No, they're just
I
chaotic
think
motherfuckers.
crazy would be an understatement.
What Joe said, yeah. Crazy.
Like the reason I feel like the reason why that had more banter is because, well, both of them are comedic characters, so and their personalities are a different type compared to Ant-Man and Adam. So
True.
I feel like that's an unfair comparison.
True, but it does help with the episode. But I think, you know what, so far, even with all that, I think that this episode was still a pretty decent way to start off the season, and it's promising so far.
Yes, I like it. I like it. But that's probably just because I'm watching it with you guys. So that's fine.
Don't take my glasses.
Have they done Death Battle of Guts from Berserk? Have they done that before?
They have, but the episode is Death Battle has done Guts from Berserk with Nightmare from Soul Calibur, but that episode is ridiculously outdated. I'm pretty sure it's inaccurate, and
No, they should do an updated one. That's my opinion.
Yeah, they really want. Actually, the crew has discussed that they want Guts back, especially Chad, who is the voice actor of Boomstick, if I'm not mistaken. And currently, his most popular opponent is Claire from Claymore. And a runner-up is Dimitri from Fire Emblem. But personally, I think Claire has the better chance, which is good, pretty good so far. And I hope to see it.
Hopefully more Godzilla, please.
Yes, and more Godzilla.
And some Kamen Rider matches, but we're went a little bit too far.
Because that's what I'm intentionally doing to myself.
Okay. We can talk about this off recording.
Yeah.
Off after the points off.
But now, the next time.
What's the next
Alright, I think I know. I think I might know what it is, but I'm not gonna say it. So here we go.
Let's see what it
Thanks for
is.
watching. Stay tuned. We have a new Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra
Let's see
content.
what it is.
Planet level members even see Death Battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Alright, what's this?
Wait.
Dragonborn! It is Dragonborn!
It's so
Praise the sun!
Dragonborn, isn't this?
Oh, it is Chosen Undead versus Dragonborn.
Okay. Okay, yeah, pretty good so far. Pretty good second episode. I'm excited.
So,
Not bad.
so
not
Ishi,
bad.
This is good. And it's like,
So
this is pretty good now.
so Ishiyuki was right. So Ishiyuki was right. He said that it's actually a confirmed episode. So yeah, but I think that. But I think that this is kind of lame that they're doing like back to back with confirmed episodes, because back then they never really did that. That's a little.
I don't think they'll do it for Bill Cipher versus this. I don't think they'll do it for Bill versus Discord and Alex versus Cole. I think they'll need more time for those episodes to cook.
Yeah.
But for this case, it's kind of like why? I mean, I get that it's hype, but back-to-back confirmed episodes? That's kind of lame.
It's interesting to say the least. But you know what? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that this is the next one. I know nothing about Dark Souls and Skyrim, so
Same.
pretty good so far.
Well, I know both. I don't know. I don't know a little bit of them.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously through the memes with the one where the guy like comes out of wakes up and is like, "Hey, you're finally awake."
Hey, you finally.
Well, I can clearly see the Skyrim fans are pretty much happy to see this.
Actually,
I think they will be.
Wait, wasn't Skyrim? Wasn't Skyrim the one with the Fusho Da thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, right. Okay.
I think this is.
The only thing I know about Dark Souls is
you have a Skyrim fan.
maybe, I'm not sure if Elden Ring is in the same universe as Dark Souls.
Elden Ring is made by the same people who made Dark Souls.
Oh.
But is it in the same universe?
I don't think so.
It's this. I think it is, but it's made by the same people who made Dark Souls.
Okay.
I think Elden Ring more like a reboot to Dark Souls than like actual sequel to Dark Souls.
Okay. Regardless,
because I do own those games on my Xbox, by the way.
The fact that you have to constantly dodge by like avoid being one shot by a boss, and then how
that's the Dark Souls. You get one shot by a boss and you're just dead.
Silly creature.
Because Dark Souls is supposed to be much harder.
Dark Souls is the franchise of where you pray to try hard.
Yeah, hungry? Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna be right back. My sister wants milk. Sure.
Wait, hold on. We're supposed to end the recording.
Yeah.
For the first time, I'm actually kind of hyped for an episode that really I've never heard of before or not really interested in, because considering the fact that Ant-Man vs. Adam is that good, imagine this Chosen Undead versus Dragonborn.
Well, I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't put some high expectations. I feel like all it takes is one little mistake for it to all go downhill, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I have like very low expectations for this episode, like Ant-Man vs. Adam. So, yeah, I had like very low expectations.
Okay. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
We're gonna end the recording, right?
The next one after the Dark Souls versus Skyrim is gonna be Drip Goku and Drip Kako.
or Mr. Beast versus Mr. Yeast.
Oh, that'd be good.
Well, I don't know.
Truly the Death Battle episode to surpass Goku versus Super.
Surely.
Yeah, but next episode, I like the next episode after Chosen Undead vs. Dragonborn. I really hope that it's not another confirmed episode, because I want a little. I want an episode that is like not what I'm expecting.
I want to see in one season, in one of these seasons of Death Battle, 2 episodes of Godzilla. So like that's all I want.
And hopefully, if they can squeeze in another Kamen Rider matchup or a fighting game matchup for that matter, I think I'll be really happy.
There's the Kaiser.
Personally, my dream for this season, personally, in my humble opinion, I would like to see a Guts and Kenshiro matchup would be pretty pog, but I know it's also my own bias because I'm a fucking simp for those 2 men, and I would like to see them fight to the death.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you guys for watching for after this 5-month break.
of reacting to Death Battle, and thank you for watching and seeing
And
that.
it's
Seeing absolute chaos in as usual with all these reactions we've done. Hopefully, you get to see another reaction like Days of Apocalypse, where it's the Conqueror versus the Ruler. I hope we can react to that one someday. But
we'll see how this goes from here on out.
yeah.
All right, thank you all very much.
And see you later on the next Death Battle reaction or whatever video we react to. Maybe Joe Mama versus Donald Trump. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
And take care.
Bye-bye.